Hello, welcome back to my channel, Holly's Hobbies Crafts. You know, it, today I've been working from home like as normal, but I've also been making some of my freshies. I decorated this one earlier with some paint pens or markers, as you would call them, bead and elastic cord. It's cute. So I made this one earlier along with some cows that I'm letting dry now because I had to completely redo them. But anyway, this is a pig. As you can see, there's the nose, the eyes. It's got a little hair bow and the ears. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to decorate this piggy and get it ready for the baggie. So first of all, for this piggy, I've already put the eye screw in. I did that when it was still a little warm, and that was in my other video, just so that you could see how that was done. So then what I did was I fed my elastic through the eye screw after I doubled it, and now I'm just pulling it up through that so that now it's good and doubled on there. Okay. Now I will probably add a bead. See what I've got. I'm going to use this color paint for the bow with this glitter. So I'm going to try to find a bead that matches closely to those colors. Got a couple different options here. Oh, that's almost perfect. Yeah, we're going to use that one. So here's what I do. I take this is a hair threader for when I put in my extensions. What it is we put the extensions up to my hair. There's like a loop. You stick this through the loop, you pull a strand of hair through it, and then you pull it through that and it gets the hair attached to it, and then you can slide the bead up and flatten it onto the hair so that the extension is attached to your actual hair. But I use it to place my bead on, take my elastic, I've got a loop here that I've got to push through. Okay, so then both of your loose ends should be through your threader there. And I pull it down here as close to the eye hook as possible. And I get the bead right up on it, like so. And this is elastic, so it has quite a bit of give to it, which doesn't help me in this situation. See how that is? I just kind of pull it through there. Okay. Now I'm going to make a knot right above that bead. My fingers are not wanting to cooperate today. And it should not slide past that. So there's that. So I've got our bead. Now I'm going to then also, and this is a kind of a heavy one, so I'm going to go up here and I'm going to take up a little bit of this to tie a knot, and I'm going to tie another knot. Because this is the part that's going to loop over the rear view. You know, loop over your mirror in your car. So there's that. So that part's ready. Now, we're going to paint the piggy. Glitter is my last step. So, and I'll have to leave this out to dry overnight, most likely. So, give me a second. Let me show you the kind of bag that I'm going to use for it. Hang on just a moment. Okay, so these are the bags that I've got for them. You can sort of see through it. It's holographic, but it's just going to slide right on in there and just kind of hang out here. So that's what I'm going to do when it's dry and ready to go. But until then, I am going to paint this. Now, I've got a couple different paints here. This one, the color is Pavement. It's almost a black. And this is Laguna. I've also got paint pens and stuff that I can use. So what I planned to do was, here's my pink. I had a pink too. Haha, pink for my piggy. And this is just Apple Barrel Matte Pink Parfait. This is Pavement, Laguna. They're all Apple Barrel Matte. The one that I have that is not Apple Barrel is Folk Art, and it's Color Shift Paint. So I just kind of liked the color really well. I plan to get some more of these too. Just didn't get them before this video, obviously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to paint every part of this piggy that I can this color. Also got Cardinal Crimson to paint the, I don't think I'm going to use that for the nose. I think I may see if I have a paint pen that's a little bit lighter. Aha, I do. I have a pink paint pen. So I'm going to use that for the nose. These are my daughter's paint pens. She is letting me use them. She's being ever so kind to do it. There we go. So, yeah, there we go. I'm just not a huge fan of paint pens, and I never really have been. I have better luck with a brush and paint. But I'm going to go ahead and try this for now. And part of the reason why this is a bumpy surface, it's not smooth. So sometimes, even though the paint pens allow you a little more control and you can get in some places with them that you can't with the brush, there's also a whole lot more ways to mess it up too, so. And I've got, where I redid those ones, the cows, I've got them cooling, and I will demold them here in a few minutes and see if I can decorate them. I don't know if I'll be able to today or not. That may have to wait till tomorrow, depending on how quickly they cool off and how easily it's going to be for me to do that. Okay, so I literally have two things that I'm doing with the black, so, well, no, because I'm going to do outline too, black. So let me just go ahead and use the pink. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this and use my brush and paint it on here. Some people are probably going to say, but that's not the way you're supposed to do that. And that's fine. For me, it's just easier to do it this way and then to go in and outline with black and all than it is, because I don't have the needle tip nozzles for them. So it's going to be a lot harder for me to control where it goes unless I have a brush. Now, my husband paints miniatures for like D&D, Pathfinder, you know, the tabletop gaming miniatures, and his motto is it's all about the brush quality. It's all about the brush. You don't want the cheapos, you want the expensive ones. So he gave me some artist brushes, which I'm using right now, because, yeah, I'm not very good with staying in lines sometimes. And so if I have a way to control that a little better, that's going to be the best thing for me. Which is why I started with the thing that I've got the most of to color is the pink. So, I mean, obviously it's a pig. So. And hopefully this little girl dries pretty quick and I can get her in her package so that we don't lose any fragrance. Now, she is scented with honeysuckle. And I like honeysuckle, but I will say it's not my top fragrance. So, I don't know. I used it because it was the ones that I had the most of, and she was a big mold. So, maybe as I get more scents in larger amounts, I will make some more of these piggies in different fragrances, and I will find one that I want to keep in my car. But I really love my cows. I want a full size, like a full bodied Highland cow very soon. That's a mold that I'm actually trying to save up some money for. And that's probably going to be one of my next purchases of molds, is a full-bodied Highland cow, because I have the vent clip size, but I want a larger one. Okay, so we've almost got all the pink painted on this girl. And then what I'm probably going to do is go back over it and just make sure that I've got her good in pink. I would do pink glitter, however, I don't have any with me at the moment. Now, that's not saying that I won't have some eventually, because where I do my resin stuff, I have a lot of colors of glitter and mica and all that stuff that I mix into my resin as well. So, my two hobbies with that are going to go pretty good hand in hand, because I'm going to have all kinds of stuff that I can use in both. Now, can't scent the resin, obviously, so we won't go with that, but there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I can do with that. So, okay, so there's that. Now, she has been painted pink. Let's see if I can get her eyes to pop and the hair bow to pop. So, let's do the eyes and everything first so that I can outline it, and then so that I can also do the hair bow and then put the glitter on. So, let's do a little bit of this. And I don't mean to be making it to where no one can see what I'm doing. I am just trying to do this as quickly as possible, and to make it look as good as possible. I will show you, once I finish with the black, how it looks, and then I'll do the hair bow. So there's part of the piggy, and I think she's absolutely adorable. I'm going to work up a hair bow now, and then I will be ready to check on my cows. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so cute. Sorry, my 5-year-old is up running wild, apparently. My husband's having to get onto him because he won't take a nap. Now, I will say, I'm going to probably have to do another coat of this color before I can add the glitter to it, because there's a lot of pink trying to show through it. So I'm just right now trying to get as much of it colored in as possible, and then I will see what I need to do with it. So let me show you first this side of it, and then I will pause the video and go to the other side, and then I will come back when I'm ready to add the glitter. So give me just a few moments. Okay, so she's cute enough like this. I mean, she is absolutely adorable like this, but I'm going to add some glitter. So get our glitter, and now this is chunky glitter, and I got this at the dollar store right up the road here, Dollar General, and I'm just gonna pour a little bit in my hand. Whoa, that's probably plenty, and I'm gonna sprinkle it on here. And I'm getting it off my hand now, and off my fingers, if I can. My husband will have a fit because he hates glitter and it will be everywhere. And even though this is my office space, he would not appreciate me bringing extra glitter into this house. So let me see what happens if I turn that. And look how cute and sparkly she is. Now you could do that with thinner glitter, which I may do next time I do one of these, but she's absolutely adorable. So this is probably one of my proudest moments on this one, because this one, and it really wasn't a lot of work, so I'm actually very excited about this one. So if you'd like my piggy, let me know. You can order one through my website, well, through Holly's Hobbied on my Facebook, or you can shoot me a comment, give me any input that you have on her down below the video, or you can also email me at hollyshobbyscrafts1@gmail.com. Now I'm going to go check on my ones that I have cooling over here and see about decorating them. Okay, so my cows that I have redone for like the third time now today finally came out of the mold without falling apart on me. So we're gonna see what happens here. I'm not entirely sure. I have some high hopes, but I don't know if this is gonna work out very well or not. So come here, eye hook. This is where before the one just started crumbling on me. So if I can get the eye hook in without it crumbling, I've done something right this time around. So give me a minute and let me get these eye hooks in, and I will be back. Okay, so I got 2 of the eye hooks in just by screwing them in because they were still fairly warm. They were warm enough that they were easily kind of twisted in there, and they stayed with me putting just a little bit of pressure. These other 2 are fighting me just a little bit. So what I'm going to do, trick of the trade here, cigarette lighter or a torch. You can use a torch. Just I happen to have this in my cabinet because I had it in my drawer to light my candles that I had. So yeah, take the lighter and you just get the tip hot. And then, ouch, 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 ouch. should allow you to not have to use as much force when you are putting it in here and twisting. It's there. Last one. I will be back in just a minute. Okay, fourth and final one is together. I'm just checking my piggy to see how dry she is. She's dry. So, Miss Piggy here, being dry like she is going to go in my bag so that I can sell her or ship her to anyone that wants to buy her. And her price, I believe she will be one of my $8 ones. So there is Miss Piggy there in the bag. Okay, now I'm going to take this first one. I need to pick my colors. So the cow is going to be brown, or do a gray. Cow's going to be brown. The tag is going to be white. I'll write a number on the tag, and I'll do my outlines that color. And my bows are going to be variations of colors. I'm going to do one in this color. Like to do Caribbean. Okay, so yes, let's see how this is going to go here. I think I'm going to start off painting the entire cow brown on all of these, because that's going to be the biggest process here. So I'm going to take my thicker brush. I'm going to start with this ear, and this may require a couple layers of paint, considering that it's not wanting to be very dark and very cooperative. So I may also check out the paint pens and see if any of them do this better, because I think there's going to be certain things that work out better on certain molds. Certain paints may do better. Part of that is because sometimes these molds, it's smoother in more areas, which makes it harder to get the paint to stick. I'm just going through and painting this whole part of this. And yeah, I'm gonna have to try a paint pen or something for this, because this one is not wanting to. It's not wanting to work with me very well. So let's see what I can do here. I need to try a paint pen. paint markers that she's letting me use, but I think they're just regular, they're like artist markers. So I've got a brown, or I've got a chestnut brown. I'm going to first try the brown. My thoughts on this are, if I can go over it and get it dark, I can then go back over it with the paint. That also is not working very well. The paint actually looks better. So, let me just go over it with my paint here. Okay, this is after me using 2 layers of paint. This is after just the marker. Okay, you can tell me what you like better in the comments there. I think I like the 2 layers of paint better just because, but these are, it's a little hard to see where the lines are, and I could have outlined it first, but I figured that I needed to at least get the brown on first so that I could see where part of the outline was with the bow and stuff. So yeah, I think it's just going to need to be 2 layers of paint on some of these. So we've about got the 2 layers on here. Now we're working on the second layer on here. Then I'm going to go in and do the tags and the nose, because that's going to be pink, and that is going to take a little more precision here. Okay, so first we'll do the nosies, and this is pink parfait. This is the same color that I used on the pig for its nose. And now it is showing up very bright on here, so this may be awesome. And again, I'm going to experiment with some glitters and different things that I can do to really make these pop. But at the moment, seems like just the paint is making all the difference in the world with these cute little cows. And this is just one coat so far of the pink on that one. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to paint the rest of these pink and go back over them, and I'll show you the result after 2 coats. Okay, so this is the result after 1 layer of pink and 2 layers of brown on each. I'm going to go in and go back over the pink, and then I will do my white tag, so I will show you 1 layer of that here in just a moment. Okay, so I've got the 2 layers of pink and the 1 layer of white on these. And I will just quickly show what those are looking like. And so now I'm going to paint the final layer of white, and then I'm going to go in and start doing the hair bow colors on these. So give me just a few minutes and I will be right back. Okay, so I've got a layer of each of the bow colors on these cows, and I will say that I have discovered that the smaller the brush tip, the more control I have over it, and the better the paint looks. So this one is the kind of the iridescent green. This one is Caribbean blue. It's kind of like a baby blue or like a sky blue. This one is limeade, and it's like a lime green, and I really love that color. And this one is a red. It is Cardinal Crimson. So I'm now going to go in and do another layer of each color on here, but I think I'm only going to use the brush that I used for the lime green one, because that one looks the best. So I'll be right back. I just want to show you which brush has been the best one so far. Now, this came from one of my husband's paint sets for his minis, so it's already a very, very small pointed tip, and it's very narrow. This says it's the Army Painter, so that's a kind of paint that he uses, and it's a starter brush. It doesn't give me the size of the brush, so I have no idea. Like these other ones, this is a 0, and this one is an 8. I would assume this one is somewhere around like a 00 or something. It's very small, but it works very good for what I'm doing. So, like I said, he gave me some professional painting brushes because I was using my daughter's like regular watercolor paint brushes, and it wasn't working very well. So I hope to get the needle tip lids for these paints, so that I then do not have to worry about using a paintbrush, other than to maybe spread the paint out a little bit, but I don't have to worry about getting as detailed with the paintbrush or the paint itself, because the bottle will do that for me. But yeah, this works really well for what I'm doing, and I really like this brush. Okay, so I'm beginning to really like the paint markers. This is what I did with outlining with the paint marker. Now, I've not tried it with the black paint yet, but this is with the paint marker, and so far it looks a whole lot better than what I normally would do. So we're going to see how it looks with this other one. Okay, and here is the paint with a brush. Side by side, I think I like the paint marker results better for the outlining. And I think it's just going to depend on how steady my hand is that day, what, like if I've got a needle tip on my paint, if not, what I have on it, and how I feel like I can control the paintbrush and stuff like that at that point, because I will say that I'm not a huge fan of trying to make these work out in my favor when I clearly messed something up on them. And I'm very particular at this point. So I really like the control that I had with this, which was the paint marker. This, I was very shaky, and it kind of shows. I mean, I do think that it outlined much better. But yet again, I got a little shaky, and it showed. This one, I was not as shaky. So I'm going to outline these other two with the paint marker. I've actually got another paint marker, and I'm going to try it to see if it's any better, because these are my daughter's, and she's 11, and I don't know if, I mean, they're Posca, and according to her, they are like top of the line, but I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to see if my other one works any better than this one. I'll be right back. By the way, if your hands don't look like this, covered in something, mica, paint, something, marker, by the end of the day, you're not doing it quite right. Okay, so this is my paint marker that I got, and it just says Painters is the brand. It's black. It's fine tip. So we're going to see how this one works in comparison to this one that my daughter claims is top of the line. Walmart had both. I think the Posca ones were slightly more expensive than these, but they were all in packs. These were in single packs. So I don't know if this is going to be worth that investment. However, I did invest in it for the black because I felt like outlining would be easier with paint marker. So I already knew kind of how my hands were going to react to the painting. Be right back. Okay, so that paint marker took a miracle to get into it. But I've got it open now. So let's see how this thing compares. Okay, so it's got about the same tip. There it goes. I'm starting to see color come out. Okay, so I'm going to now outline, and we will see how it goes. Okay, so there is that one. I think I need to fix the eye over here just a little bit, but aside from that, that one's ready to go. Okay, so I did two of them with my paint pen that I bought at Walmart, paint marker or whatever you want to call it. And it's these two, and I honestly think that it is going to be a great investment because I wasn't nearly as shaky. So the paint pens are a lifesaver. I'm probably going to invest in some more of the Posca ones because they come in the packs. But if it's a color that I use often, like black for outlining, I'm probably going to go ahead and get a few more of these. Maybe and have a fine, a medium, and a large tip in each that I use regularly, because that would be helpful in making sure that I have this on here as best I can. Okay, so now I'm going to get the strings on these and get a bead or two on them. So let me first get these brushes out of this water. And what I do is I soak them for a few minutes, and then I just take a paper towel and I blot the water off of them. And I'm going to lay them on my desk over here to dry overnight. And then I will put them up. This one is the Zero. And this is also another one of his fancy painting brushes. Fumui? F-U-U-M-U-U-I, I think. So there's that one. This was the larger one. Again, he gave me some of these, and then I bought a pack at Walmart of like more detail-oriented, like detail paintbrushes, but they are not, I don't think, professional paintbrushes. This is a Transon is the brand, and it is 8 is the size, and you can see it's a pretty good size, thickness, you know, but it's pointed. And then, of course, there was this one that was that, the Army Painter. It has a product code on it if I wanted to have it scanned or whatever to help me find the exact brush that this is, I do believe. But it is the Army Painter, and it's the starter brush, and it is this little one. And I had more control with it than I did either of these other two. So I will say that the shorter the bristles on the brush and the more pointed, the more control you have. This one was all kinds of pointed, and I thought, yeah, it's going to be really good because it's thin. The bristles are too long or something. I'm not entirely sure what is going on with that, but I'm going to keep experimenting because I've got more brushes to try and see which ones I like best. But so far, this Army Painter one is the winner. So let me get my cord here. Now, these cords, it's elastic stretch cord that you can get at Walmart. And this pack just happens to come with the cream, the gray. This is like I would describe it as maybe like an olive green or an army green color. It's kind of a greenish cream color. Then this is brown, and this is black. I'm just going to utilize this one for now. And I need to cut this to where these look about halfway normal. So let me see here. Is that going to be long enough to go over what I need to do? And they have to be long enough that once you put the bead in it and you knot it and all, it will still stretch enough to go over the rear view. So that's why I went just a little bit longer there, because I was afraid that it might not have enough stretch to go over the rear view without snapping. And that's the last thing that you want to happen, is the cord to snap. So let's see here. These are not the best scissors for this, but it's what I had near me, and so it's what I'm using. I do have some sharper scissors somewhere in here, but that would require me to have to get up and dig through stuff, and at the moment I just really don't wish to do that. Three of them, one more. And now one of these is going to my son, and he's 5. He obviously does not drive yet. So he will probably hang his in his bedroom somewhere. And that's fine. These could be good in like a bathroom for an air freshener. They do not have to just be in the vehicle. I think that's the common misconception that a lot of people have. And that's what I'm going to market these as, is just freshies, not car freshies, so to speak, because I want people to realize that you could put them as like a sachet in your drawer so that you then have a good smelling underwear drawer. Or you could hang them in your closet, or like in your guest bedroom closet, or in your guest bathroom, or in your coat closet. I think you could put it pretty much anywhere. Just be mindful that the oils on the beads could potentially discolor clothing or something. So My suggestion, if you're gonna hang them up anywhere, put like a thin, maybe you put a Ziploc bag around it, because those are not polypropylene bags. So those are the scent-proof ones that like you sell them in, like this. I cannot smell anything in this one. This one is not a polypropylene. I can smell the fragrance through it. So just kind of a comparison there. The Ziploc baggies are not polypropylene. So you could, because the fragrance will leak out of the bag a little bit, you could use a small, like, sandwich-sized Ziploc baggie and poke a hole in it to put the hanger through, to hang around a hanger, or the rod itself or whatever, and then you could use it in your closet or something. That's what I would do. People are using these as keychains. I worry about the oils in my purse and stuff. I mean, I may use it as a keychain eventually, or may make a few to sell as keychains and all. But again, I wouldn't recommend doing it if it's a particularly oily or a particularly fragrant freshie, because that oil may leach like onto your clothing or the material in your bag, or if there's any paper or anything in there that absorbs it. That is my one concern, and it could discolor things. So like, even in your car, don't lay it on your dashboard in the sun. 98 degrees out and you lay it in the dashboard, this may melt somewhat and the oil may come off onto your dash. So what I would recommend doing is use it the way it's supposed to be. Your vent clips, put them on your vent. The freshies that you're gonna hang them from your rear view mirror, and don't try to like put them anywhere where there's like a lot of sunlight. If you are in a climate where there is a whole lot of sunlight and there's a lot of heat, I would recommend putting this more in the shade, or parking more in the shade. Maybe it's one that you take out of the vehicle when you get out for the day, because I just know that a lot of these are going to, if you're in a climate where it is really hot, you run that risk of it, melting onto your dash or something like that. So again, use caution. That's what I'm going to say. So here's our green cow bow. She's tagged. That's like the more translucent green, or that kind of pearlesque green. This is our Caribbean blue. I gotta see what color this actually claims it is on the screen, because it's a very pretty green. And I'm wanting to keep buying them. They had multiple ones in that kind of color changing, like iridescent family. There's the blue one. And I just got this one because I really liked the green color of it. But I'm thinking it would be really pretty in like a blue or a purple. It kind of remind me of a peacock. And if I do get a peacock mold, which I am looking for, I'm in the market for one, I am probably going to use this on it. Doesn't really tell me the color of this. If it does, it is not to where I can read it. Let's see. I'm blind, apparently. Dragon Flash. Okay, so yes, Dragon Flash. I really like it. I think it's beautiful. So I'm hoping to get the blue, the purple. I think there was even maybe a red or an orange in it that would be really pretty. So I'm going to check those out, because it's that color shift and it is really pretty. And with that, I feel like that shows a lot of the the different things that you can do with the paints and stuff is you can personalize these as much or as little as you want. You can make these really reflect your personality, or you can make it kind of generic. Now, I've got some molds in mind for some of my friends. I've got some molds in mind for some family members, and I've got some in mind that I want for myself. So I'm excited to start kind of playing around with personalizing them. Again, the piggy over here, she is up for sale. If anybody does want her, I've decided she will be one of my $8 ones, and she's gonna be she's my first one. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens from there with her. People ordering her. Now she is in the scent honeysuckle, so that's I'm not a huge fan, but I know people that are. Okay, so I am going to, this red one I'm making for my son, and he wanted a cowboy hat. So he's going to get one of these cowboy hats. He's going to get this one. Now, see how I need to put this on. If I am going to, see, this is kind of the thought process. This is where it gets difficult. So I'm going to pull this through and put it on this way and pull it through. I think the bottom of the hat needs to be facing up. We're going to try it. These hat beads are a little bit more tricky because, yeah, I have to figure out which way they need to go because an upside down cowboy hat doesn't make any sense on there. So let's see what I can come up with here. Okay, so I've got it through there. I've got it through there. Now, okay, there's too much elastic to it here. I have to start kind of helping it here. These cowboy hat ones are a little bit thinner as far as the hole goes, so you do kind of have to help it out a little. So there's that. Now how adorable is that? So I'm going to put a knot here. And the hat can slide up and down. And then I'm going to put a knot here. And he could hang it from his window, his bedpost, his dresser, wherever he wants to hang it. But that is his. And I feel like it is very cute. So, yet again, I can do these all day long. These can be vent clip size, and I can make them into vent clips. Or they could be freshie size to hang. They are considered a small freshie or a medium vent clip. So, this would probably be, I would say one of these would be about $4. Because I will show you size comparison. To Texas here, and they're roughly about the same size. Texas is a little bit bigger. But let me show you size comparison to Piggy here. Piggy is a whole lot bigger. And so Piggy is going to be my large size. And so Piggy's going to be around $8. These would be about $4. Okay, now I've got 3 other ones here, and I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with them. So I'm going to pause, and I will come back to you because I got to figure out which beads look right on these. Okay, I'm back now. So I have selected which beads I'm going to use with each one, and I'm just going to start by putting them together here. So let's see here. This one is a cow print bead, and I'll get it on here, and then I will bring this up close so that I can show you. It says cow print, and I think it is adorable. I'm going to order some more of these cow print ones because they're kind of awesome. So I'm going to just put this on here, pull this over here, and pull it through. Okay. And there we've got the cow print bead on here. And now I will say, you know, this could go for a guy or a girl. Yes, it's got a bow. It could be girly, but the cowboy hat, you could make it boyish with that. You could make the bow in the guy's favorite color, and it could just be a heifer, a female cow in his vehicle. I don't see how it would matter if it's you know, something that they like. You know, I can make them in girly or manly scents or some kind of neutral scents. So there's that one. And I think she is adorable. Let's see here. So I chose this bead for this next one. So this is our Caribbean blue. And I found this bead that's got kind of that Caribbean blue color in it. And I'm going to use it for it. So and I'm actually sending these, I believe, to family. I'm not going to sell these just yet. At least not these in this batch. But I am going to be able to sell these. I can make these to order. All that I ask is that you give me some basic information as far as, you know, like color scheme that you like, fragrances, message me your preferences so that I can make sure that I have the stuff on hand. And if I don't, I can order it. It's just going to change the turnaround time. So I might not be able to get yours to you as quickly if I have to order, say, beads or fragrance or paints. Paint I could probably run to Walmart and get, and I wouldn't have to affect the turnaround time. Or Hobby Lobby. So yeah, there's that one. And again, that just shows you how big or small these are. That's the palm of my hand that it just kind of sits rather nicely in. And I will put one more together here. There's that one, finished product. And I think that they are just absolutely adorable. Okay, last one. And I've chose to use this camouflage bead. I believe I'm going to send these to my brothers and birth mother. So that's why I have chosen the colors and all that I have. This is for my younger brother. Well, both my brothers are younger than me, but my younger, not youngest brother. So, he does a lot of hunting and that type of thing. So, he's going to get the camouflage. And that one did not give me near as much trouble as that other one did. So, bead don't escape. Okay. And I'm reinforcing this top knot. You don't necessarily have to, but I just kind of like doing that because I feel like it just makes it more secure and keeps it from unraveling. And this one, the paint is lighter, but there we go. So that's the finished product. If you like my cows, or if you like my piggy, you can order them. Just shoot me an email at hollyshobbiescrafts1@gmail.com. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Turn on notifications if you do subscribe so that you can see when I upload another video. Last couple days I've done a couple each day. Not going to be able to keep up that trend. We've had a lot of snow days and been home. But I will be able to upload maybe once a week or a couple times a week. And I will try to do, at least whenever I get a new mold or a new fragrance beads, I will try to do a drop to, give my opinions on the fragrance and the mold and all of that, but also so that you know what I've got available. I've got little bitty ones that I could do like small vent clips on. I have not shown those off yet because they are really little. And if I do those, I want to just do them all like one color, and I'm not even sure that I would paint on them or anything, unless it's something very small. So if I do those are going to be like probably like $2 sales for like it may be $1 a piece or $2 for a set or something like that. And that's just because they are really little. Like I said, these would be like a large vent clip size, but they would be a small dangle freshie size. So now this is the size of the one that I've got in my car right now, and I will tell you, I drive an SUV. I drive a Hyundai Santa Fe, and you smell it in my whole car. It's the size of the one that my husband has in his van. He drives a Chrysler Pacifica van, and you can smell it in his entire vehicle. So just because they're maybe a little small doesn't mean that they will smell any less potent than Miss Piggy over here. So just keep in mind that the smaller one isn't going to bounce around in your face as much. The bigger one might be a little bit more of a distraction. I happen to like the bigger size, but I also like the kind of smaller too. So I think that it's going to be a preference for, whatever. It's going to be very personalized to the individual. So if you are interested in one though, shoot me an email. If you're interested in more than one, shoot me an email. Tell me what you want, colors and all. I can make something happen. I just kind of have to be able to get my beads and stuff ahead of time and be able to get the paint and all. So message me, let me know what you're thinking, and we'll work together. I would be happy to fulfill a few orders sooner rather than later, just so that I can get my name out there and get people with my products so that people can see exactly what these are and how good they are. So again, like, share, comment, subscribe, email me, comment, do what you need to. Also, Facebook, Holly's Hobbied. Like I said, Facebook was being very persnickety when I signed up, and it would not let me use Holly's Hobbies. But I found a workaround with just changing one letter from the S to the D. So hopefully people can still find me that way. You can also find me personally on Facebook. If you need to just shoot me a message that way because you can't find my page, I can link you to the page. It's not a problem. So just let me know. But I hope you enjoy, and give me your thoughts. I need some feedback. I'd like to know kind of what people are thinking about the products. Thank you.